Hello. Hier sind wir, liebe Freunde der Sonne. Und wir sind ESC Whoop und wir beginnen heute mit ganz viele Länder. Guys,
Yeah,
Shane, we cannot always do it in English, honey. We
I
have to use other languages also. So, I mean, let's do it in German.
listen,
No.
I respect that. I'm unfortunately one of those really ignorant English people that rely on the English medium language being very popular. Despite the fact that I've lived in multiple countries, my ability to speak Italian, Hindi, Canada, where I live right now, is limited to none. It's arrogant and I am embarrassed.
You know why?
It's a constant embarrassment every day how
You know
little
what?
exposure to other languages. Well, no, I've had the exposure, how my brain has just decided to shut it down.
It just goes here inside or here outside. But you know why? Imagine us doing it in German, because in German, in English, it's like a bit more boring to say like, oh, that song is boring. Oh, this song is slaying. In German, you can say like, das ist scheiße. Or, oh, wie geil ist das denn?
Well,
So this is a bit more, you use a bit more your mouth in it, like you put more pressure to it.
okay. Well, we've established if the song titles were what I would find in my pencil case, I'd be able to do it in German.
Okay, perfect. Perfect. I like that.
That's as much as I
But no,
remember. The colors, numbers, and what's in my pencil case. And ik verstehe nicht. I don't understand. I had to learn that
that
phrase for my oral
that
exam.
works. That works. No, but now on a serious note, here we are back again with
Yes.
Eurovision Whoop, ESC Whoop.
Huh.
And how do we feel? How do you feel? I have been here.
I know, bless you, you've been really, really good this season,
I
right?
Yes. So tell me about you.
I've obviously not been as good, so I don't yeah, I applaud and I respect the fact that you've managed just to kind of plow through. Yeah, I was unable to do that, but obviously it left a massive void in my soul. So
Yes, but this void will be filled now with starting now, because the season is just now it's on the peak right now. So from March on, April, May, it's the peak. So
right.
you basically didn't lose much. And we will always talk about whatever video we do. We talk about what we have followed. So do you want to first say what are we doing first today?
Right. Well,
Or do you?
today, so part of my job of obviously making sure that I stay true to myself and that I'm not embarrassed in front of you is I've had to obviously make sure that I catch up. So I've obviously missed some stuff,
Yes.
right? So particularly things like national finals. So I mean, I had some awareness of some national finals, but not to the degree where I would be able to do a video and be able to not lose self-respect, dignity, self-worth, not let my country down, my family down. So I've had to make sure in the
You,
last
you, you already did that.
I've had to
You
make sure
already
the
did
last
that.
24 hours that I've caught up as much as I can. Like I knew a lot of the songs to listen to, but I didn't necessarily watch the national final performances. So with that said, let's be real, whether it's bias or not, I feel it's a fact. I thought we should start with the Nordic countries because these are the
Yes.
countries that seem to deliver year on year the best national finals. So it was the easiest
Yes.
one for me to catch up with quite quickly because I was already familiar with a lot of the songs. I just had to potentially go back and watch some of the performances.
And now we are ready for it. So we are doing like Denmark, Sweden, Finland, Norway.
Yes. And I made notes.
Four.
I
You
made
made
notes.
notes?
Huh, yeah.
Amazing. Oh, you do your homework.
Right. Well, I'm out of practice as well. So as a result,
You're not.
I can't just wing it. I have to obviously be prepared, write down names and stuff.
Oh my God. I will be a bit lost in that. Like, if you talk about some song that I didn't like, I will be like, which one again? But yeah. Um, you start. You tell me. How do you want to start that?
Okay, I want to start with Denmark.
I love. Okay, we can start with Denmark. Yeah.
So
Start. Tell me.
okay, right, Denmark, right? So I mean, I feel like Denmark the last couple of years has kind of lost their way in regards to the national final. Like it got kind of predictable in the sense of comparing it to like Sweden and Norway. It just wasn't really
Of course.
delivering. But I have obviously my national final playlist. And what was there? 8 songs from Dansk
I
Melodi.
think it was eight songs.
Well, I have 4 on my national final playlist. So that's 50% success rate. That's the most Dansk Melody Grand Prix songs that have made it on my playlist in living memory.
I have three, which is also like a record,
Okay,
basically.
which are your 3?
Actually, basically the top three that they were there standing, the three of them standing there.
Okay,
Erica,
ha.
Erica, and how is he called? His name is very big, the winner.
Soren.
Yes. And our queen, our hallucination queen. Basically, those top three, when they were in the super final, for me, it was the perfect final because I was thinking, like, I love all three. But I can say, like, already that I kind of hoped that it will be between Erika and Soren because, okay, she has been. So I liked the super final. That was perfect super final for me. Did you have all three of them in your top four?
Yeah, obviously. Like
Okay,
knowing obviously your taste and you knowing my taste, and that should be pretty self-explanatory, right? Um,
it's easier.
the fourth one was that Two Spirits guy. So there was a song that was called Two Spirits, which again, I kind of, when I listened to the songs, didn't really pay much
Yeah.
attention to it. And then going back to the songs yesterday, I was like, actually, this is quite good. Listen, for me, I can't remember whether it would be social, Instagram or another social media account. I heard Erica's song on someone's post and I was like, what is that song? And
Oh,
I
good.
I did the Shazam thing and then because I assumed I was like, I think that's a national final song. That's amazing. And then
Yeah.
as soon as I listened to it, I must have listened to that song for 3 days nonstop.
I love the death of me. I love it. That was my first song that I liked when the songs came out without having yet the national final. So Erica with Death of Me, that was my number one before everything. Just first listen. That was my number one of the selection.
Ah.
And after that, but when I saw the super final and I saw the final of Dansk Melodi, then it was like I was full with Suren. Like that was amazing.
So here's
I
the
mean,
deal. So I'd listened to Surin. So I heard that song and I was like, oh my gosh, but I knew the result already because the result had already come in. And I think I'd listened to
you knew that he won.
Surin's song. And I was like, oh, Denmark yet again, probably won't qualify. They'll struggle. And then and then I put a post on X and basically said, Death of Me, oh my gosh, it's changed my life. Like, this song could be on Jade's album. Like, I was obsessed. And someone said, go away and watch Soren's performance and you'll understand the result. And I was
Why he
like,
won.
okay. So to be fair, I did go away and I did watch the performance. And I think if there's so many songs that we might talk about today that just either was worse through the performance or just wasn't elevated. This is a perfect example of a song that doesn't pop. It didn't pop. And I'm not saying it necessarily pops as much when I listen to it, but this is a kind of textbook example of what to do in a national final to elevate a song because that performance was insane. Is
The
insane.
perform For me, the performance is insanely good. The performance has everything that is needed in a performance for this song. His vocals are amazing. He's like doing the choreography one to one. He's not this type of pop performer that is like going a bit doing the choreography, but he pays attention more to his singing. He's going all the way. He's singing and dancing 50-50.
Great.
It's like he's climbing, he's going down. Then he's doing the last 1 minute, the choreography fully with the dancers. And that was for me like, you know what, this man deserves everything.
Great.
And
Like
that's why I can already say right now, I can already say that this is like until now from the songs like of Eurovision that we have, Denmark, I told you yesterday, Denmark is my number one for now.
So,
And
I mean,
I'm very proud with that.
if you send that as an audio song to someone and say that currently there's something wrong with my charger, which is annoying the heck out of me. If you send that audio to someone, and you say to them that currently it's in the top five betting odds of Eurovision, they'd be like, I don't believe you. You need to watch it to understand why it's top five.
I think so. You need to watch the performance, and after that, like for me, it worked exactly like this. I watched the final performance in the final, and that was the moment that I thought, like, this is me. This is what I love in Eurovision. And after the final, I downloaded his song on Spotify. Not before. Before I had Erica's, so that's why for me, when I watch the performance, now when I listen to the song, it's like for me very catchy. Before that, before the performance, I didn't listen to it much.
So yeah,
But for me now, it's a
when you told me yesterday it's your favorite, I was like, choices. And then obviously having to prepare for this video,
yeah.
obviously I have more of an understanding in regards to once you properly because I've seen it a few more times. So I knew it was when I went and watched it, and obviously I was like, oh, I can see why it won. I can see why obviously people are saying that it deserved to be Erica, right? And then obviously watching it a few more times, yeah, I'm listening to it. So as I was cooking earlier, I was listening to all the winning songs of the ones that we're covering today. And yeah, my
You're
approach,
cooking?
yeah,
Can
my
you cook?
well, listen, I would say heat, not cook. Heat.
Okay,
I heat.
that's what I thought.
But yeah, I have a newfound appreciation of this. It wasn't actually on my national final playlist until 3 hours ago.
Okay, but there's a room for changing that. It will go higher and higher for you. So
And
let's go more. Let's go to Sisal now. Let's talk about her. What do you think about her? Did she deserve to be second place?
who who finished second?
Sisal.
She finished
Sisal.
third.
No, she was second.
No, she was third. She had 30%, didn't she? And Erica had 31. Or have I got that wrong?
I think Sisal was second place. I know, you're right. It was 39, 31, 30. So Sisal was third. Yes. But what do you
Uh,
think about it? I like the song.
I
Really
have my
liked it.
notes.
You have your notes. What do you think about Sisal?
Yo, listen, this national final, I think, was all like the staging or nothing, right? Because all
Yeah,
three sang as good as they could possibly sing.
they did.
And like, I think someone wrote a comment, I can't claim this comment. Someone wrote a comment on the YouTube video of Sissel's performance saying that the staging was too on the nose. So that symbol on it,
Yeah,
that's the infinity symbol, right?
yes. And the thing is that she had it laying on it, she had it behind her, and she had it on here. So it was like, how much more infinity you wanna be? Like you can put something else. But yeah, that was like,
I mean, we know from her journey last year, she has an amazing voice. She can sing it live. Like, I wasn't disappointed with the song when I first heard it. I was like, that's brave coming back exactly the year after. Um, do you think it's as good as Hallucination? Better? Not as good?
I like hallucination more.
Yeah,
It was more my type of song.
I think so. So actually, how the results ended, I mean, the results were pretty self-explanatory. I would have been disappointed if that had beaten Erica, to be honest. I just feel like that was the national final. I don't know how many national finals I can think of right now whereby the second and third place just has to sit back and know that they lost because of staging. Because
Yeah,
even Erica's staging
yeah.
wasn't bad. The concept wasn't bad. On an
No,
average year, that would have won. It's just
yeah, yeah.
obviously Soren's staging was just on another plane, another
For
planet.
me, when Erika started performing, my first 20 seconds, I was thinking like, what an amazing idea for staging. But it didn't evolve. So towards the end, I was a bit like, maybe she could have done something more after that because it was basically didn't evolve much. So I was like cheering up for the song, but not anymore for the staging because after the second minute, I was like really wishing for something to happen. And that did not happen.
I'm with you, bless her heart. But like, if compared, I mean, you hit the nail on the head when you said if you watch Soren's performance, he doesn't stop moving, and half of that movement is energetic movement. If you watch her performance, I'd get it. I would prioritize vocals over everything. Her vocal was
Yeah,
good.
yeah,
She
everybody
doesn't she
would.
doesn't move a lot in her performance.
Yeah. Zuranchi, he just really gave 200% of himself. He really went there and gave his heart out. And that was like, you could see that. You could see every single moment of it.
And I think, which is very strange
I
for
am just
Mm.
Wait, I'm just afraid of what people say now about not, him when he goes to Eurovision now, not to make it over sexualized like Oli Alexander did for the UK. Because I read many comments on the official performance video, and they say like, I wish that he will not do it like to more than that, because Oli, they say Oli ruined it by this kind of very over sexualizing it. And Zuren with the song, even the lyrics are like he's talking about a night out, like break me, break my heart, take me again, I'm with you, then no. So it's like he could sexualize it even more. But I also agree that I wouldn't like that to happen. I like it the way it is.
I think everyone learned from Ollie. Number one, Ollie had a creative team that wasn't the BBC. So the BBC didn't rein him in. That was the first thing. And I'm assuming Soren will be very much under the Danish broadcast. So that's the first one. The second one, I think people have realized that don't replicate what Ollie tried to do. It's all well and good trying to appeal to the LGBTQ genre, even
Yeah.
appealing to it now, does that even get you votes? And actually, it's funny you said that because when I was watching it, I did write down, I wish Ollie had got to the line that Soren did. I think it was tasteful enough that it wasn't off-putting.
I agree.
I genuinely think, which is surprising to say about Dance Melody Grand Prix, I think you just replicate it. I don't overcomplicate it. I can't see why you can't just take the
Yeah. No,
concept
but
and just
why
apply it
not?
to Vienna. Don't
This is
change it.
basically, but this is basically what Sweden does. Sweden usually always just take what they do on the Melfest and they do it in the final, just a bit more lights or fireworks. So basically, Denmark can do the same. Do we move on to the next one?
Three questions before we move on. Number one, did Suren deserve to win?
Yeah, it's my number one. What are you asking?
Do you agree it deserves its place in the top five of the betting odds right now?
No, he should be higher.
Is it in your top 10?
But let me ask you, is it in your top 10? Because for me, I said already. What about you? For
Uh,
now, you are
oh,
not done listening with all the songs, but like,
I think just. I think it's just,
okay.
yes.
Do you think it deserves to be in the odds there? Fourth, I think.
Yeah, as a package,
Okay.
yes. As a package,
Okay.
as a Eurovision package, yes.
I would like now to go to Finland. UMK, turn page 3.
Okay, we can do Finland.
We can do Finland. Oh my God. First of all, amazing show. Once again, third or fourth years, fourth year in a row, amazing show. And I had one, two, three, five songs that I loved. Five of
Same.
the five of the seven, right?
Yeah.
They had seven. Five of the seven. Oh my God. Which five were your favorites? And I'll just say yes or no if they are mine. Without an order, just which five?
The winner,
The winner? Yeah, mine too.
Etta, $1 Million Smile.
Yes, mine too.
Chachi.
Of course.
I'm gonna
Oh,
talk
like a baby. Yeah.
I'm
Yeah,
gonna talk
what?
a lot about the next one. Auntie.
Me too.
Taka,
I
taka,
loved
taka,
it.
taka, taka, taka.
Yes. And take
Um,
care, which is the fifth one.
Kiki.
Yes. That was my number two.
It was a lot of people's favorite. On
That was my
Eurovision
number two.
World, that had that was number one.
I have no idea how did she end up. She ended up fifth, I think.
Kiki came last.
Did she came last? Oh my
Huh.
God. Oh, that's even worse than what I thought. But yeah, whatever. Yeah, Kiki was my absolute favorite. Also, like it was my number two. I loved everything about it. I loved also the live performance. She did something like the video clip. It was like she took the same kind of theme like the video clip. So it was like I listened to the song very much. And I also support Kiki because she's also half Greek. So I
Oh,
couldn't not put a Greek girl out of my top three.
okay. I didn't know that.
Yeah,
I think the general consensus, again, just kind of reading comments on the YouTube videos, I think it is the standard of UMK is crazy now, right? They just seem to have got things
crazy.
right. And if Kiki is the last of, and I'm going to steal other people's words here, it's not my own words. If Kiki is last in UMK, and let's be real,
Actually, basically, from what I see, Kiki and Neta were both last. They both ended up with 42 song points,
okay,
whatever.
but I feel I would love someone to challenge my next statement that what national final where your last place could probably win half of the national finals this year compared to other songs that have been
Exactly.
chosen, which I'm not huge fans
Exactly.
of. Like
Me neither.
I mean, whoever is in charge of UMK, steal them. Like BBC, find out who it is, throw millions of pounds, although the UK doesn't have millions of pounds
Yeah.
because we're going
I
through
agree. I agree.
crisis.
I loved also like what you said about Eta because you also have her in your favorites. Eta, I loved. I loved the live performance more than the video clip even.
Same.
The stairs, the little girl, her singing, the fireworks falling down, the vocals. It was all of it. Actually, all of them. All of them were amazing.
There must be something going on in UMK because before we're going to go to Norway, the one thing that Etta and Antti epitomized is every person who went onto that stage looked like they were having the best time of their life, which means there's clearly
They
some environment in UMK where people feel safe and just go out there and just have an absolute blast. Because
and they yeah,
I
exactly.
could not at the end
It
of
seems that they don't go
Etta's.
for they don't go just for the win, but they go just like, you know what, this is it. This is one of the biggest shows in Finland. We're having fun.
At the end of Etta's performance, I was smiling from here to here because she was smiling from here to here. And
Yeah.
the same with Antti as well. He looked like he was having the best time. But even though
This
Etta's
man is
staging
just
was creative,
it was.
there was something about it when I was watching yesterday. I was like, I love this song even more.
I agree. I agree. Yeah, about Auntie, you already said it. What about Chachi, our American queen? I love
Is she
Chachi.
American?
Yes, she's American choreographer. She's married to a Finnish man, and that's why she lives in Finland.
This is why we're doing
She's
this
not from,
together. This is why we're doing this together. You have that extra piece of information that I haven't had the time to grasp. Um,
yeah, Chachi is American, and
she is
she's
sassy.
living in Finland.
She
She's
is
lovely.
sassy. In a
Do
like
you
that's
know
a
that
positive.
I think the musical producer of her song of Cherry Cake is the same musical producer that made Cha 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 of Keria.
Huh,
This is
okay.
what someone this is what someone wrote to me on my channel. I don't know
Music
if it's true,
producer
but I
or
guess
stage producer?
no, I think producer.
Okay.
It doesn't matter. I loved it. I love the staging. I love her. I love everything.
That's
And I
another
mean, that's why UMK is so great because you have a new artist. That was her first ever song. She
Mm.
never had an original song before. And on Spotify, she has almost 2 million from it because UMK was much watched and people liked it. And I mean, she ended up fourth. That's amazing.
That's another song where I that yeah, controversially, like that was my second favorite in UMK. And again, after watching it, I loved it even more.
Let's talk now about the winner because we are here also for the winners of the shows. The flamethrower. Say it. How is it in Finnish? The title? Say it to me.
Yo, I've only written down their names and I've written it in such.
No, the title of the name of the song at least.
Okay, well, hold on a minute. Hold on a minute.
Oh, I got you. Look at you. You didn't have the title.
Are you
Shane,
joking?
you're so basic. How can you write notes but don't write like The title
Honestly,
of the winner.
shut up. Right, Linda and Pete, I'm referring to them by their first name just to sound English, and Heighten. We're going with
Uh,
Heighten.
I think licking high teen.
Sure,
Licking high teen.
that sounds way better than what I said. Can I just say before we say anything that this was my like I knew it was gonna everyone knew it was gonna win, right? It is very Eurovision competitive. It was the right song to
Everybody.
win, but my it was my personally it was my third favorite. Was it your
Yeah, okay.
first? Was it your
No, it
first?
was no. My first was Kiki.
Oh, you said this. So
I love
where was this
it.
one?
This was second and Chachi was third.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, but I couldn't like the moment that this song came out, we were all everybody knew that this is winning. Do you know that they won with bigger public votes than Keria? Keria had the absolute biggest score, 462, I think. They had 496. So this is like
I did see on Wikipedia when I checked the discrepancy that their televote was just streets
huge.
ahead of second.
But honestly, who can blame it? For first of all, I love this duo. I love how they look. I love how they are. And even though this Linda is not singing, she's playing the violin, but they didn't put the too much attention only on Peter because he's the singer. But they kind of made it like when I watched it, they kind of made it like this is literally 50-50. The way the camera cuts are, the way the staging is, this is 50-50, and not to the ending of the song is like she's there, he's here, he's doing the high. This is like this is the perfect. Whoever created it, it's perfect. It's just amazing. I just think that a lot of people have commented, and a lot of people have said, I don't know if they're from Finland or another country, so that there are people that are jealous of it. But people say like she's basically not playing it live. So in Eurovision, it will not be played live, the violin. So we were left on the Linda and the violin, and about people commenting that it's like they put a very big highlight on the violin, although she's not playing it live, and it's like just recorded and stuff. And it's like, even I saw some comments like it's so fake. And how would something like this looking so fake win? And then I was thinking, like, but we have had many of those doing very well in Eurovision. Nobody cared because it's actually like Alexander Rybak. He won without playing the violin live.
But he was also
Or
singing, so he was showing something live.
yeah, I know, but it's still. For example, the guy from Moldova, this trumpet guy. How is it? He
Huh.
was also like the meme of Eurovision with the trumpet. He never played it live. Like I don't know. It's like I
Yeah.
think I think people watching Eurovision just on the night of Eurovision will not. I don't even think that people know that people will go so deep into thinking that actually.
I think you mentioned it. I think we're at that stage where this is now one of the favorites. So as a result, naturally people come out of nowhere to try and bring it down. And so
Yeah,
um I mean, for a reference point for the UK, when we were telling the whole world that we were taking Eurovision so seriously because Andrew Lloyd Webber was playing the piano with Jade, well, he wasn't.
true. He wasn't exactly.
But you've
Yeah, that. But you're right.
the average viewer A doesn't know or B forgets that you're not allowed live music. So
And see,
you're
they
relying on
don't
the
even care.
commentator not saying anything.
But I don't think they even care. It's just the way the performance is just one to one. It's like
I didn't even think it as a negative. I mean, like you said, they showcased her so much in the national final where she's not just featuring on the song, she is part of the song. And
exactly.
when she struts down that catwalk, it's a moment. And
It's
like
her moment. It's her moment. It's Linda's moment, that moment where she's walking and doing. I love it. But no, apart from that, do you think that this has a really, really big chance of winning really Eurovision?
Um, I mean, I have to believe in the hype, right? That's what everyone's saying. That's what the betting odds are obviously saying. Yeah, like watching the performance, I don't usually give this phrase away easily. It did give me goosebumps. The performance was amazing.
Amazing,
Um,
amazing.
I wouldn't say it's your traditional front runner. Like listening to it the first time, I never thought, oh, this is going to win Eurovision. Um,
Yeah,
it surprises me that it's at the front,
yeah,
to be honest.
yeah. And
But
it's at the front with, I don't know, with 23% even. It's not
right.
that it's like very close to the second place.
I mean, if it's based on vocals, it deserves to be there. His vocals are insane. If it's
He's
based on the
really good
fact
live.
that Finland deserve a win for just delivering so many awesome national finals and just sending such awesome songs, it's their time. Yes. I don't,
And the staging.
yeah, but I mean, as a kind of clear winner, okay, I'll accept it because that's what obviously the universe is saying right now. Um, Surprises me.
Okay, yeah. I understand that. I mean, it's not the typical song that I listen to on Spotify either. It's not that I am going to the gym and I'm listening to the song, but every time that I will watch the performance live from the UMK, I'll be like, okay, this is indeed very good. We have in general this year like very much performance songs.
Right. And I think what will be
Like
quite strange is if Finland do win with this, it will be strange after sending Karia and Erika Vikman and it wins with this. Strange. No?
Stranger Things.
No? Strange.
Stranger Things. No, but
Um,
as I said, it's like it's very much like a performance songs. We have like very many favorites that are like more performance-wise winning material.
mm, yes, true.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, have I listened to this song on repeat? No.
Okay.
Do I appreciate the song? Yes. Am I saying that because I'm scared? No, I would be very honest. I appreciate the
Of
song.
course
I
not.
appreciate the performance. I appreciate the package. There we go. Like Denmark, like the package as a Eurovision package
Exactly.
is
The way the
competitive.
way the way the performance is made, the way that he's delivering vocals, the way that it's like very good chemistry between them. This is what wins the odds right now.
Right.
Yeah.
Just before we move on, my favorite UMK is Anti. That song has got into my DNA in a way that I didn't think a song like this would be able to do that. And a taka 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 taka, and I mean,
and
like
and
there's
not and not only the song as a song, but also his live performance was amazing.
right. I wanted to give him a
Fun.
hug.
And he seemed from second one. He seemed like you know what? I'm just giving myself here, and you take it as it is.
Can I
He
say?
was awesome.
With statistics, I would say if I went back through YouTube Music, which I'm listening to the songs on, this has to be in my top five of songs most listened to in national finals.
Really,
Absolutely. I
really.
had like 4 or 5 days where this just was my jam. I do that with
All
some
the
of these
time listen
songs.
to it.
And then I overkill it. I haven't overkilled this song yet.
Okay.
I did.
The,
I overkilled that Margarita song from Moldova. I listened to that nonstop for 3 days and then I was over
Me too. I don't
it.
listen to it anymore either. That's true.
Did it deserve to win?
Yes. Yes. For
Uh,
me, it deserves to win. After watching the live performance, it did.
I think the next question is worth mentioning based on the songs that we have this year. Does it deserve to be where it is in the betting odds?
Like number one.
Hmm.
Uh yeah. Yeah. Like the as we talked about it for the whole package. Yeah.
Hmm. With the
Yeah.
other songs that we have this year, deserve might be a weird word to use, maybe. Does it make sense where it is? Yes.
Yeah, exactly. Does it make sense? Yeah, that's a better question. Deserves it like anybody could deserve it. Even like, I don't know, the last place in the odds deserves to be first number one. But does it make sense? It's like it does make sense. Yes.
And is it in your top 10?
Yes. Yours?
Just no. It's not in my top five. It's not in my top five.
Okay.
But that's just personal
Yeah,
listens
of course.
rather than saying what's going to win and what's competitive, et cetera, et cetera. Cool.
Uh,
Thoughts, bearing in mind Melody Grand Prix, even last year, when everyone was giving up on it, saying that it was trash, and I was like, I quite like it. Bobby Socks is awesome. It's giving me life. What did you think of MG? What did you think of MGP this year?
I didn't like it as much as I liked it last year.
Hmm.
Yeah.
How many of
It
the
wasn't my
how many of the
it
songs in the
was
final are in your playlist?
one, and that's not the winner.
Oh,
I just have Milo with Frankenstein. Basic. Call me basic if you want, but that's my that song I just have from the national final.
I can't call you basic because he has a huge cult following, right? People love him. I thought he was going to do way better than he actually did because, like, his
I
following
mean,
is
but in the
crazy.
juries he did very well.
Evidently, my assumption of his following isn't as strong as as which is reality. I thought he had like because when I went to like different videos and stuff, it just seemed like everyone was going like, is it Milo? Is that how you say it? Milo?
Milo,
But
but they call him like this.
do you think that's as good as his previous song?
No, the
No.
previous song was my absolute number one from all national finals.
I remember you loved that. And we both don't
I love.
condone domestic violence, by the way. We like the song.
No, 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 no. I love the song. I love the song, but yeah, it's just a song. My God, Billie Eilish is also killing all her boyfriends, but it's just a song.
Do you know, out of all the
Do
songs that
you?
made it in the final,
Yeah,
my favorite was Snapback. And that's basic. That's basic, basic.
I did.
You're doing a vacant face. Can you remember what that song is?
No. Where did it end up?
Last, I think, or second to last. But
Okay. I mean, if I have to be honest, I kind of like the performance also of the how's she called the sister of Marcus and Martinus, Emma.
oh, have you seen that live performance,
I
Georgie?
saw it live. Yes, I know, but I liked the song as a song when it came out.
Right.
But then she ended up also very bad in the final. Like where
Yeah.
did she end up?
Because
Second last, I think.
no, Emma came third.
Was it?
Ah,
Ah,
yeah.
yeah, I see it now. She came third.
So,
And wait. One question.
yeah.
And this will be the moment that our friendship is ruined if you tell me yes. Did you like Alexander Rybak
Um,
as a song, not performance? Because the performance was very well made.
yeah. I mean, the dancers were a choice in regards. Was that a deliberate playback to 2008? Because some of those moves were identical. I didn't know whether that was a deliberate choice. I did
I
not
have
like
no
it.
idea. I did not like that song, but it came
I actually
second.
quite
I mean,
I actually quite like a lot of his music in regards to outside of Eurovision. He did a song
yeah.
with Timotei, which I loved. He did a song that he wrote for Roxanne, which I love. He's actually a very good songwriter. And so in regards to his discography, I thought this song was quite weak.
No. I mean, I
Just
also
trying to work
enjoyed
out whether which one I prefer, this or that's how you write a song.
Nam.
You got to pick one. Which one?
That's how you write a song.
Huh.
I pick. No, this one I didn't like at all. This song I did not like at all.
I really didn't
And I
like
mean,
the Right song.
I was glad to see also Skrillex there. I liked the song. It's not that it was not my favorite, but I always like Skrillex. I like her previous song when she was in MGP. I like this one.
It was so much better her song last year. That last
I
the
know.
I did see that the songwriters were very similar. It's the same songwriters pretty much as Skrillex's last song. I remember
Think so.
seeing in the comments of that video, and it's so true. The verses promise so much. The verses of that
Okay.
song are so good, and then you get to the chorus, and then you're like, it's all right.
Yeah. The chorus is not like the previous song. The previous song had a really strong chorus. When she was
Right.
singing it, it was like really good and catchy. And
Right.
this one's like, yeah, into
Into
the wild ago.
So
Um,
I would say Snapback was my first, although the performance is weird. There's something went down with MGP with the vocal audio because her vocals are super soft. It sounded like there were sound issues, and also it was giving a little
yeah,
bit of Britney, Gimme More. Some of the movement, unfortunately, looked very blocking rather than
don't come
I'm
and
sure
bad
she's
Britney.
amazing. I'm sure she's amazing, but nonetheless, I think my second favorite was Skrillex, and then if you push me, my third favorite was Emma. But that performance, bless her heart, I've seen so I don't know what's truth and what's not true. People said she sprained her ankle. People said that she was really ill. People said that she couldn't hear herself. Some people said that she forgot the words. I think that one's true. In the first chorus, there's a gap.
It seemed a bit like this, indeed. But I mean, the public did give her a lot of votes, right?
But I think she must be quite popular because when she was announced, when all the artists was announced, there was a lot of hype. People were really excited that she
Very
was
big,
one of the finalists.
very big. I
Right.
think she was the first in the polls. But let's talk about the winner, Jonas Love.
Before we talk about the winner, did you hear Rayleigh's
Oh,
song, the one that got knocked out?
I know. Oh, really?
Now
I love her.
that,
It's not my most favorite song from her that she has
no,
participated
it doesn't
in
even come
MGP
close to Hero or
or
Wild.
to Wild. Yeah.
Right.
But
No, it doesn't even
but
come close.
I love how poppy and how I loved it. I
But
like Riley.
can I just say, like, because my opinion of MGP this year isn't positive, the songs that were in that weird knockout thing, some of those songs were way better than the
Even
ones in the final,
even Gothminister was
which
better than
not my
I know.
thing, but I
But
appreciated it. It was better than half the songs that were in the
I
final.
agree. I agree. Even this girl, how's she called? With the weird talking voice. How's she called?
Emmy,
That she was last year.
Emmy.
Amy. Yeah. Even Amy's.
That was all right. And
Even that was alright.
that song was written by Ben Adams from A1, so it's got good
And
credentials
then
behind it.
you went in the final. Then I was thinking like, actually, I could take out four of those songs from the final and put back Riley, Amy, and Gothminster.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, MGP was disappointing for me this year. I must be honest.
I have quite a few people subscribed to my video because of my love for MGP. So I don't want to discredit.
I I used to love MGP a lot. It was like one of my top three best national finals. But maybe next year
But I
I would
thought
like
they
it
were going to
again.
come back with a massive bang because all the criticism from last year, do you remember? Because the guy who ran it gave up, right, just before the final. So they've got a new
Yeah,
team. And I was like, assuming that they were just going to, particularly when Alexander Rybak was announced, I was like, this is going to be wild.
big. Yeah,
And I was like, oh.
yeah, exactly.
I actually liked more songs last year, in my opinion.
I
Uh,
liked this. I liked last year three or four songs even. I
I
agree.
can I just say for the winner, now I've seen
Yeah,
everything, I think the winner did deserve to win. It's the
he
best
deserves to
choice.
win.
The best choice.
It was and the best vibe of a song. It just like yeah, yeah. He deserved to
That
win.
dude is like very rarely do I ever say it sounds better live than it does on the recording. The song sounds he sounds better live than
Yeah.
than the recording.
But ask me the three questions I want to answer about the winner.
Can I just say before we do that, number one,
Yeah.
I'm stealing other people's opinions. A lot of people are comparing this to the lead singer of Maneskin. The same vibes, the charisma, the energy on stage.
On the stage while performing, yeah, it
Huh.
had something familiar, but not copy paste. It just
No one's accusing
no.
you of that. Basically, because
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
such a high pedestal, I think even being compared to that is an honor. Some people have said
yeah.
Freddie Mercury.
No,
His performance was very good. The charisma, the
he
energy,
was.
the
Yeah, yeah,
engagement
yeah.
with the crowd. Things that
Okay.
you can't teach, you just have it or not.
and he has it in his blood,
He has it. All right, I'll ask you the
but
three questions.
not in the song.
Did it deserve to
Yeah,
win?
yeah,
Hands down.
he
Because,
deserves to
I
win.
mean, I know there was a lot of support behind Emma with a different
As I
staging.
said,
I think that
as
would
I
have
said,
done okay at Eurovision, but it just tanked, unfortunately.
my favorite was Milo, but I also having it as a favorite. It was just my personal taste of what I like to listen, but not that was not for Eurovision. Frankenstein was not for Eurovision. So yes, he did deserve to win this AAA.
Okay.
Yay, yay, yay. Oh my God.
Is Jonas, that's probably not how you say it, Jonas, is he in your top
Jonas,
10?
9.
I think the betting odds have him in 19th place.
Yeah, makes sense.
Definitely not bottom
Kind
10. Definitely probably not top 10 on a whole.
no, no. No, I don't think that this could be bottom 10. No, this I don't believe. But yeah. So is it do you think he deserves to win? You already said yes. Do you is he in your top 10?
I don't want
Don't
to do a
say
law. I don't
just.
want to do a Laura here. Just
Don't say
yes.
just.
Say it with everyone. Yes, yes, it is. Um, no. It
No,
definitely was
it's
nowhere
okay.
close yesterday. I listened to it quite a lot today, actually.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe this could change. For me, it will not. I can already say that.
The instrumentation on this is amazing. It sounds like I'm coming up with
Yeah,
positive
Shane,
things.
about
Positive.
every song that I don't like, if I listen to it 20 times, I can find something that I like. But my
Okay,
first listen or my first 3 listens are a no-go
okay.
for me.
And I'm not just saying this because I do know that I have people who subscribe because of my engagement MGP. Would you be surprised if this ended up top 10 in the end?
No, not at all.
No.
I definitely can see that Eurovision fandom not voting much for it, but I can definitely see people like my sister from home. She would definitely vote for something like this. This is what she likes to see in Eurovision.
Yeah.
Or
I
even my mom.
even your goat.
Really? Even my dog.
Yeah, it's just one of those things where this year, obviously, I won't have that emotional connection with Norway's song,
That's okay. There's always room for next year.
but yes, definitely shout out to Rayleigh. Where did your friend go?
I loved it.
That is probably just in my top five of
She,
listen
after
songs.
everything that she has done for MGP and all the pop bangers and performances that she has put us to watch in MGP, she deserves to be a immediate qualifier and not to go through this.
Shambles,
Really,
circus, that was this radio play thing.
this is like
I I
this is
just want to
like
know
this is like this is
how they
no
separated the songs. Who was going to the radio thing and who was going straight through? Because I remember that year that
makes no sense.
Christian from A1 did it. It was all on record labels. If you're part of a record label, you were automatic.
You are it, yes,
It's
yeah, but
weird.
this is very
I don't
weird.
like this system. I don't like it.
This is basically like putting like you have Chanel in Spain and they put her like okay, you
You
have to go
can't
through
compare
rocks.
Rayleigh to Chanel.
You have to go through rocks and stones in order to be in the Benidorm Fest final. But yes, thank you for the third place in Eurovision. So let's go to Sweden.
All right, cool.
La Suisse. I
Last
don't know. Is it like this? No,
So going into the
la
final,
something.
who was your top three?
Wow. I had a top 7 if you ask me. I
Oh, yo,
liked
listen.
almost.
I
I
had
love.
close to top, yeah, I had a top eight, I think.
I loved almost everything from Melfest this year. It's one of my most favorite national finals with the most songs that I have downloaded and listened to every single day. And for example, I had, I think, who was your favorite? Let's not talk like who was your number one?
It wasn't even close, Kimberly.
Kimberly was your number one. She was in my favorites, yeah. I liked her. After the heat already, I loved her a lot. Yeah, okay. I understand that.
On first listen, I was like, this is for Shane.
But I mean, the performance is also so great. It's like so. I loved it. I
Right.
loved it. And she deserved to be there,
But I
Kimberly.
never thought that was winning. Like, I got that it wasn't winning. Although it was a bit similar to the Mummers when the Mummers pulled off a shock with Move. I was like, maybe it could pull off a shock, but it ended up placing pretty much where I thought it was going to place. But
She
honestly,
ended up third, sixth,
I
sixth.
had one weekend on my
Um,
balcony and I just, again, had that on repeat. And I was just like, I think I'm in a good place because of this song. Thank you,
so
Kimberly.
listen, my favorites from the 12 songs, I have them here in front of me, were it was Felicia, Kimberly, Smashed into Pieces, 18s, Meira Omar, Sanya Nielsen. Yeah, six. Those six were my top six.
Did you say you did say Mira Omar?
Yeah, I said,
Did you not like Gretula?
mm-mm, no, I didn't like it. I like the performance, but I like the performance also of Sarah Ludvigsson. That doesn't mean that the song was my type of song. I like every single performance. They all, I mean, Melfest does always amazing performances, but I didn't like his song. I listened to it twice, and that was in the heat and in the final.
Did you not
I
like
didn't even
Medina?
download. That was their weakest from all three songs that they have been, in my opinion. I
Fair.
very much like the very first song that they participated with, and they were there again, second place. I think they ended the very first time when they went. Then the other one, and now this one is basically my number three out of their songs. I didn't like it that much.
So who was your top three then?
My top three were Felicia,
In
Smash into
order.
P
In order.
in order.
So Felicia was third.
Fe- no, Felicia was my number one.
Oh. Weird way of doing the
Okay.
order, but okay.
So, okay, let me start from my number three. No, my number one was Felicia. My number two was Smash into Pieces. And going in the final, Kimberly became my number three. Before that, it was Meira Omar.
What did you think of Sana Nielsen?
I loved Sanisa. I mean, of course, I knew that she will never win.
Is that her last one? Did I read someone said this is she won't do it again? This is her last one. Is that true?
Really? Oh no, I hope not. I just know that next month in April, she's celebrating and performing for her 30 years of career in
Okay.
Sweden, and they're selling tickets for it. I wish I could go. But I don't know if it's the last one. I cannot tell you if that's yeah or not, no. But I love Silent Hill, and I mean, the song was not as previous songs that she has had.
No. But it's Sana. I did think that they did everything possible to elevate the song with staging. That last 30 seconds is out of this world.
I
Um,
agree.
Yo, listen, controversial. So we agree that this final for our taste was pretty strong. I had eight songs, right? I had Saga, love that song. Sana, love it. Mira, love it. 18's like, Kimberly, love it. Medina,
Love.
like, Gretchen, love it. Felicia, eight. So those are the songs that are on my playlist. Are there any songs that weren't in the final that you wish were?
Um, I liked, I don't even remember how she's called, from this a bit older lady, and she sang a very nice ballad.
Oh, yeah.
Um,
I know what you're
what?
talking about. I remember seeing it when I was watching all the recaps. It didn't strike a chord with me where I added it to a playlist.
I don't know. But this one, and of course, I liked also, like, I understand why she was not there, but I also liked Alexa with
Mm.
Tongue Tied. I got your tongue tied.
What about Jacqueline's Woman?
No, I don't like much this song. Well, sorry. You know what ruined it for me? Okay, I like the song, but what ruined it for me was the live performance but not the staging or not something. It was the screaming of the back vocals every time. It was like, I could be a woman, I could be a woman, and then the scream comes like woman, and then it was like very loud there, and I was thinking like that's off. That's very off. Why is the back vocalist singing? But yeah, it was not effortless. Effortless.
It wasn't effortless. I also want to know, and fire them. Whoever decided to come up with black as a theme and the dress that she was wearing as well doesn't really fit with my feel of the song. If that was in the final, that would have been in my top three. I love that song. I also am aware that I
Really?
probably love Jacqueline. As a result, she probably could do anything. Um, but at the end of the day, we got Mira Omar. If you pushed me, which one would I have preferred to get through all of that kind of weird? We're not allowed to call it Andrew Chanson now. Would I have preferred Mira or Jacqueline? My heart's with Jacqueline, but the better song was Mira's song. I did appreciate
Yeah.
that.
It's a banger. It's like a ram-a-dum-a-dum-ram-a-dum-a-dum. I loved it.
But I was telling you yesterday, obviously it didn't strike a chord because I don't think you've remembered it. There was another song that was in that Andrew Chanson called Selfish by Eva. That is the only ballad I think this year that I currently have on a national final playlist. And I'm glad
Okay.
it went in there because my national final playlist was just like upbeat, upbeat. And I was like, there has
A
to be
bit.
ballads out there. I love a ballad, but that song is
Yeah.
beautiful. I think my top three, Kimberly was first, Mira was second, Gretschler was third.
Okay. Basic. But that's you.
Own
So
it.
let's talk about the winner now because we
Mm.
have to talk about Felicia. This
Yeah.
is like, this is for me the performance, the song, the of everything. A big capital the. It's like the when I saw it on the Heat performing, I watched it here from home. I immediately thought like that performance. This screams Eurovision winner. This screams Eurovision winner. And I'm not even into techno-like songs. I don't
Mhm.
like techno. I don't like techno-like songs. But this just has this hit at every single point of me thinking. Do you know what I thought when I saw the song and the performance? And after that, watching it and rewatching it, I thought how amazing would be to have Eurovision winner a song like this, a new genre that has never won Eurovision before. Finally, an absolute upbeat song winning Eurovision because the last one was Israel with Toy, like a pop song winning. I mean, because of course Nemo had a bit of upbeat, JJ had a bit of house things happening, but an upbeat song winner, Felicia could be the best option. Love it. Love everything about it. Love the lasers. Love the dancing. Love her outfit. Love. There's nothing. I cannot hate anything on this performance. I cannot.
Nor can I, FYI. Like it is, I mean, the hype is real, right? I accept why it was the huge kind of fandom favorite, and outside the fandom, it was the evident winner before it was even the final. The final was always almost moot because we knew who was going to win, right? She seems
Yeah.
lovely as a person in regards to the interviews that she's done, in regards to kind of how she carries herself. Her personality is very endearing. Um, my only question mark is just obviously speaking to one or two people that aren't in the fandom but have a connection with Eurovision.
Yeah.
You've also got to realize if she wins, I don't know, maybe we have had a song since Norway. When did Norway win with Secret Garden? I can't remember now. It hasn't got a chorus other
No, it
than
doesn't have
I
a
can get you
chorus.
out of my system. And as a
And then the
result,
music
the
plays.
two
Yeah.
people who I've been speaking to, like, I'm really surprised that's the favorite because and they like their music, but they just
Yeah.
say that they kind of write off songs when you replace a traditional chorus with a beat. It hasn't got a
Hmm.
chorus. I mean, it has a chorus, obviously, it has a beat, but it hasn't got
Yeah.
a melodic chorus
No,
that's
I
sung.
know. I know what you say, but it's like,
I'm playing devil's advocate. I'm playing devil's advocate because everyone
but
loves
for
it. So I'm just throwing that other perspective in there.
but sometimes you can have like something like, yeah. I mean, sometimes you can have like a chorus that is repeating itself and it's like just one word chorus and you just repeat it and you come second place in Eurovision, for example, Cha 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 from Finland. He was second place with just Cha Cha Cha.
That
Um,
had more of a well, it had two choruses. That was a weird song. This is the so okay. So for me, I it
I
depends
know
what the
what you
beat
mean.
is. But if you take, for example, Natalia Gordienko's "Sugar," right? I love that song. That's another
Yeah,
song that doesn't have a chorus. It has a beat, and I can forgive it if the beat is infectious. I don't necessarily think the beat of this song is infectious. I think the package is great, don't get me wrong. And like I
yeah.
said, I get why people love it. Um, I can get also why people might not take to it.
Yeah, definitely. Like, I don't expect that everybody will have Sweden. I mean, Sweden is not even first in the odds. It's not that she won Melodifestivalen and Sweden went first place in the odds. I think Sweden is sixth or seventh,
Mm.
and it's okay. But I cannot deny the facts. It's just I am cooking. I am putting it. I play it on my Alexa. Who needs a chorus when you have that beat?
I'm with
And it's
you.
like.
And I will be honest.
Or my favorite line or my favorite lines on the song. It has so good verses actually that you can sing along. This like on any given Monday, I'm forgetting how you taste. Like, come on. I never thought about. I don't think that there are so many people that will think like watching it and like, oh no, I'm not voting. There's no chorus. Sorry.
It's not that no one's going to write it off because it doesn't follow a traditional formula. It is sometimes a
Yeah, but that's
chorus. Is
why
that
we can
what?
have a song we can have the first ever song that doesn't have a
Right, for sure.
sing along chorus, and
For
that's the winner of
sure.
Eurovision.
But like for some people, like for example, if you take Tony Cash last year, like a lot of people would have listened to that for the first time. The reason why they picked up the phone is just the melody. They just had it. And that's the danger if you don't have that, if you don't have a chorus. That's all I'm
Yeah.
saying. I'm just playing a bit a devil's advocate here because there's so much
Okay.
positivity
I
around this
am.
song, rightfully so.
Yeah. I do think that Sweden has huge chances of winning the televote with this song.
Yeah, I'm not doubting that at all.
This is because for me, it's also like not only the song and the performance, but it's also her.
Yeah, no, I get
She's
it.
the way she is, the way she's performing it, the way it's like made. It's like just I like her also as a person. And
Yes,
yeah,
I said that as
but
well.
is it in my top three? Yes. What were the other questions? Just is it in
Um,
the top three?
the questions, the formulaic questions that I'm asking after each national final discussion is, did it deserve to win?
Yes.
Again, I
Way
think
better than Gretula. For me, it was
it's
yeah.
way more
Yeah.
Eurovision competitive than Gretchen. I agree. I think we're coming to the conclusion that when we're making the decision, did it deserve to win? We're working out is it as a package the most worthy to go to Eurovision? And so I think even for example, I get it. I can see why I like, for example, Eternity, but I understand if Sweden sent
If
that,
someone, yeah.
Sweden would already know that's not winning, right? So if you look at every song in that national final, I can't speak for Smashing to Pieces. This I've liked their previous entries because there's been a melody. I was like, I like that melody. There was nothing in the song this year that I liked. So as a result, I just kind of wrote it off. But those sort of songs are
Okay.
always kind of question marks. That could go anywhere, and I can't comment it on it because I'm not qualified. Saga wouldn't be top five. Sana wouldn't be top five. Mira might creep into the top five. 18s wouldn't be top five. Kimberly wouldn't be top five. Medina wouldn't be top five. Gretchen,
I think 18s could reach top five if they would win.
really?
Yes. The people of your age, they would vote for it.
Old people, yeah, we would, yeah. I don't know. I don't know. Nostalgia, like if nostalgia's something to draw on, then Bonnie Tyler would have got more points.
No, 18s would have get also.
I'm saying
Iconic.
if
Iconic.
no, that if that logic doesn't logic, if that logic works, then Bonnie Tyler should have got way more televotes than she got. Um, People don't go out of their way. People were like, oh, 18s, I remember them. But then to go and pick up the phone for
No,
18s is different.
I love the song. Whatever.
It's in my top eight. I think it was my sixth. Like, don't get me wrong, I'm part of the fandom that's like 18s, whoop whoop. Felicia's the only Eurovision competitive song, in my opinion. So yes, it did deserve.
Yes.
Does it deserve its betting place?
Uh, Thinking about which songs are there on the top five, because I think Sweden is sixth or seventh. Uh, it could be two places higher.
Okay, so it's Finland one, France second, Denmark third, Greece fourth, Austria fifth, Israel sixth, Sweden seventh.
Yeah. So as I said, it could be like two places higher.
Okay, and then is it in your top 10?
Yes.
It's probably in my top 10. Looking at all the other songs now, it is probably in my top five after everything I've
Okay.
said. I'm looking at all the other songs that we currently have, the 35 songs we have. I can't see many other songs that I prefer more than this. I like this song.
Yeah.
This video is going to make it
Yeah.
sound like I don't like this song. That's not actually true. I actually really
No,
like
you already said that actually she's like lovely. The way the staging is great.
it.
It
Yeah.
brings the best out of the song.
Huh.
On any given Monday.
So listen, controversially, out of those
Yeah.
four songs, rank them.
Oh my God. Okay. Okay, I can do that. Oh no, I cannot.
Yes, you
Oh
can.
no.
Be bold, be
Uh,
brave.
Fourth is Norway.
Mm,
Third is, oh no, Finland.
mm,
Second is Sweden. And first is Denmark.
mm,
You?
mm. Fourth, I mean, it's a strong four, right? So fourth is Norway. Third,
Okay.
I need to listen to Denmark more. Third, Denmark.
Okay.
Second, Finland. First, Sweden. On my personal
Look at
taste.
you.
On
You
my
have
personal
Sweden
taste.
first of those. That's great.
On my personal taste, what I listen to, what gets my juices going, that's how I would rank them.
Okay. But we rank them differently. I like that.
Right.
Like
I
people
do
can
feel
hate
this
on
I
me
do feel there's
first.
scope for improvement for Denmark though. The others I'm pretty kind of sold on. I know how I feel with them. Denmark right now, I'm having this weird relationship with.
No, the Nordics are very high. For me, like even ranking them right now, probably only Norway will be out of my top 10. The other three will be in my top 10. It's just that they're like so strong together, and that's why the ranking is like this.
I think, yeah, I think the Nordic countries are excited for Nordic countries this year, right?
Very much.
They're sending a strong batch of songs this year. All right, let's leave it there then.
Yes, we do. I mean, now we have to see if people agree or disagree with us,
That's
or
true.
what do they have to say about it.
That's they'll be like, guys, this was a bad
No,
idea.
that
Shane, leaving YouTube was the best thing you did.
I mean, then Zoom crashed three times for a reason
Oh
today.
man, literally, for something that should have taken 45 minutes, that took us 2.5 hours. That's the
Shit.
sign of someone who's 39 coming on 40. I can't compete
But
with the young ones.
we are gonna be prepared better for the other video of the
Yes,
for the next video.
right. I'm very out of practice for this sort of thing.
That's okay.
We'll be
You'll
quick.
come
We'll be
back to
quicker for the
it.
next one. We'll be quicker for the next one.
Definitely.
All right.
So let's say goodbye to our dear people.
Goodbye, dear people. Tschüss. Auf
See you
Wiedersehen.
soon. See you soon.
Huh. Until the next
With
episode.
until the next episode, which will be. Do we already say which one? What it will include?
No, in case we change our minds.
Okay, true. Because we are that type of people.
Disorganized.
So stop it, cut it, do it. One, two, three.
Ciao.